Guys, warning, there's a lot of skins that are submitted this past weekend, which of course means a lot of collection continuations and whatnot. This might be a big video. So I'd recommend to you, look in the description, scroll down, look at all the chapters, notice that they're all the collection continuations that I'll be looking at today. Maybe pick and choose what you want to look at. Because again, we might be here for quite some time. I apologise, but at least I'm warning you. At least I'm warning you, okay? And of course, what's this? I can confirm between July 30 to August 6, 2026, we're going to get 4 brand new Twitch drops. As you can see, Global Warfare 4 will be taking place fairly soon, alright? Now, I can also point out, we know for July 30, 2 charity skins will be available. A very cool looking hammer and a very cool looking sleeping bag. All proceeds from them would contribute, or will contribute, for the overall charity event that's taking place right now as well. So, you know how we're still waiting for that auto turret? We need to get up to $250,000. The hammer and the sleeping bag do contribute to that. So, oh, all right then. So, you've also got that to look forward to as well. And I would recommend you give this a good watch, specifically the part where I go ahead and showcase the locker peak exploit. Like, that locker is very, very, very useful. I wouldn't be surprised if you're going to be very, 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 very urgent to get that as soon as possible when it's available because, yeah, base defenses are going to greatly appreciate that. Why is that? Well, consider watching the video. So, right then, we've already got a good idea of what is going to be in the July 30 Rust store in the future, or what other skins might potentially be appearing in future Rust stores. Over 130 skins were submitted to Rust Workshop this past weekend. So, yeah, it's a good thing I don't look at every single skin anymore. I only look for the collection continuations. But by all means, if you get a good look at all of that, if you just see the collection for yourself, look at the description, scroll down, at the very top you'll see that we have the Rust Workshop skin checks for July 21, 2026 readily available for you to look at in your own time. But again, there's a lot of skins that are submitted. Who knows what's actually going to get accepted? But, well, yeah, it's a lot of submissions. A lot of submissions. But again, we're only here to look at all the collection continuations and discuss, could we potentially make a nice little investment or two? Could we walk away with some sweet, delicious profit? So, alright, cool. Well, sit back and relax. We've got quite a lot to go through. Grab a drink, grab a snack. Let's proceed. Starting off with Deployables, we have a Smouldering metal shop front. Now, can I just get a good look at the picture here? Yeah. As you can see, the poor guy have to stand inside the shop whilst it's burning down. It's quite metaphorical, you see. The retail worker. There's smoke, there's danger, but he has to stand and stay there because he has to earn minimum wage. How tragic. So, yes, it glows in the dark. Look at that. It's on fire. And soon, that guy will be as well. Right, anyway, so over to here, Smouldering Collection. I can't confirm it's not exactly the most in-demand collection. What, really? Yeah, take a look. Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough then. We've had a few skins being accepted compared to like some of the skins that originally were accepted. I've never really seen these in the positive. It's always been down in price, so okay, well, it's still a bit goofy. It's still funny for what I see. Best luck to again. It's a perfectly fun edition, but what do you think? You, the viewer. Feel free to comment below. In contrast, we have the Pirates Hoard metal shop front. A perfectly fine pirate themed design, but as you might recall, we've only had the one Pirates Hoard skin being accepted, that being the locker. And as you might notice, sold for $2.49, didn't sell too ridiculously, and it still sits here and hopes and yearns for a collection continuation. Unfortunately, how many attempts have been made? Quite a lot. How many of them have been accepted? 0. Only 26 listed. I've said it many times, so as long as we just see one sequel, one collection continuation, that'll work out very nicely. It's been months. So, regardless, it's nice to see the skin creators still trying. Best luck to Seegis. We'll see if it works out. But yes, it's been many attempts. Could we actually see a collection continuation manage to get in? Are you a fan of the pirate themed metal shop front? Consider showing support. Best luck to Seegis. Or maybe just like anime. I'm on to you. Right, so yes. We have Hazma as a metal shop front. And it seems to be charity themed because, as you might notice with a little vent here, it says give, give, give. And you've got the plushies here to the side. It looks as if it's supposed to, like, relate to the charity event that's going to take place right now. So, cool. That works. That's fine. But can I also point out, look at the progress of the design. It looks as if initially, have you ever seen that picture of the cat with all the knives being pointed at whilst he looks all nice and smug? Did you notice all the guns there? I kind of want to see that being made as a rug or something, like a poster. There you go, yeah. She's just smugly sitting there whilst all the guns are pointed. Can we get that as a rug, Aaron, Al? I honestly think a lot of people like that. Not like as a malicious thing or an evil thing, but she's just so smug. You can't stop her. So, what I see, it's a perfectly fine looking addition, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people greatly appreciate seeing more Hazma skins being accepted. We have noticed prices starting to improve as of recent, so, well, just one extra skin could turn all of that into the green and make it rise up even higher. So, alright, well, we'll wait and see. So, best luck to this. Let's see if that works out alright. But we still have more competition. Boom. Gear mechanism. Now, I've got to point this out. That electric furnace that came out recently, that's been doing good. That's been doing good. So, last week, please, let's go take a look. Oh, you're doing good. Now, in contrast, the garage door that came up before it is not doing good. Hardly any listings, a high price. I think there was a bit of a buyout, but let me tell you, if we get the metal shop front, I think that'll be going up even higher. So, yes, an interesting steampunk style, a steampunk design, and I'm pretty sure we will be seeing more skins being produced and potentially accepted. But if I could just quickly go up to here and showcase this to you, yeah, the garage door is it's not looking very good, is it? No. So, electric furnace is interesting, but it's also a high price. You've probably missed out on potential profit. So, we'll see what becomes of that, but yes, that could probably rise order up to $7. And what's stopping it? It appears people do happen to appreciate the purple hue. I dismissed it because I was a little bit worried that we're going to see a lot more electric furnaces. I still believe that's going to happen. Inevitably, Twitch drops, kick drops. A Twitch rivals electric furnace that's all purple on the inside and the outside. Maybe people would like that more. I mean, that'll be for free, I'm just saying. So, we'll see what becomes of that. It's a perfectly fine addition. That's looking pretty sweet. So, yeah, we'll see what becomes of that. Right. Does anybody here remember Nocturnal Beast? Because that looks cool. Lightning. Bear. Rawr. Anyway, so, yeah, that's looking cool. But Nocturnal Beast wasn't really a set. It was just an AK-47. So if I could take a look at this. Sold for $2.49. Did about 15,000 subscribers. Now it's 93 cents in the Steam market. And yes, Hedge owns about 30 of them. So unfortunately, it didn't work out very well. How much did I buy them for? I don't remember. But yeah, highest margin is 76 cents. Lowest price is 93 cents. That's not on demand. But if we were to see an auto turret being accepted, could that potentially make some changes? I don't think so. No. So, all right. Still looks cool. It's nice to see Diaz went back to the past and tried to do something refreshing. Looks pretty sweet. Are you a fan? Feel free to comment below. We'll see if it works out right. So, cool. Okay. It's not super obvious what this is. I mean, it's right there, Hedge. It's got a name. Primal. Well, Skin Creator didn't actually refer to this being part of a collection. But I know it's a collection continuation because I remember Salvaged Axe. So, alright, cool. So, well, I mean, hopefully he builds up like a collection link and whatnot. But yes, it's a sequel to the Salvaged Axe that was accepted quite some time back. Let's go over to here. I know it didn't sell that much. In fact, a lot of the recent Salvaged Axes haven't been selling that much, have they? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's okay. So that's sold for $2 if I can recall. That's down to $1.28. Only did about 5,000 subscribers. It might bounce up if we were to see the auto turret. But if we were to see the ice pick, I think that's when it would actually rise up quite a fair bit and whatnot. So not really sure if that's going to bounce up with the auto turret. But hey, that's a pretty cool looking auto turret. What with like the teeth on the side there and the decoration. It looks cool. So regardless, best luck to Algorithm. But I would recommend you build up a collection here so people are fully well aware it's a collection continuation. As would, Face Punch, they'd like to know. But yeah, it's a cool looking addition. Not really sure if it's going to make that much of a difference with the pre-existing skin. But yes, I'd also recommend an ice pick. So best luck. So that's a bit awkward considering we're just about to get a Twitch drop vending machine. But Notice how the skeleton, the skull right there, where he's positioned, now he's got 2 blue eyes. I mean, when you actually look at it, you realise it's slightly to the side and whatnot, but that does look quite funny. Okay, Fallen Collection. That's different. That's pretty cool, you know. I've got all these bones spare from all the people I've slaughtered. What could I do with them? Ah, yes, I'll build a vending machine, yes. I'm quite a genius, you see. So, let's go over to here. Fallen Collection. Still hoping for another attempt for the tier 3, just saying. I'll say it again, I'll keep saying it. But, yes. It's all clothing and armour, basically. I know the sword's there. Sword clearly isn't being appreciated. This has been appreciated, though, because, of course, people look at it as a very cheap budget desert camouflage option. So, vending machine, I'm not really sure what to say. It would be cool to see you, because you do look nice. It's a nice looking skin. But, please, Rockstar, please, 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 another attempt, another attempt, another attempt. Anyway, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'm just not really expecting that much. I don't want to sound mean, it's just I don't really know what to say. I know to say tier 3, tier 3, tier 3, tier 3. Anyway, looks nice. Let's see what other deplorables we could potentially see being made, because Rockstar has dabbled with quite a few. We saw the concrete barricade, which I really liked. Sleeper bag was alright. Chair was alright. Barbecue was cool. But none of them have been accepted. So this is why I asked for the tier 3 once again. Best luck to you, Rockstar. Let's see if that works out alright. Now I've got the Asteroid Locker. So do you remember, like a good few weeks back, we had a garage door? Asteroid. Let's get a good look at you. And, well, that sold for $2. Now it's down to $1.35. Compared to most garage doors, that's actually doing a pretty good job retaining its value. In terms of, well, most garage doors tend to crash and burn. Yeah. So with what I'm looking at here, yeah, I mean, it could be better. But you know what? There's only 8 listings. There's only 8 listings. It's not in demand right now. But if we started seeing a lot more deplorables being produced and accepted and whatnot, I mean, I'm just going to say, that garage door might rise up in price very, very, very nicely. Because the garage door only did about 7,000 subscribers. Okay, well, we'll see how it goes. Best luck to Camo Legend. Do you like it for what it is? I will confirm, whilst it's nice and shiny, it does not glow in the dark. What deplorable would you like to see being made next? Feel free to offer your opinion. Feel free to comply. Right, well, let's see if that works out all right. Maybe the garage door might bounce up. Who knows? Or it just gets bought out and then we'll see what happens next. Scientific fridge. Right, so you know how we're keeping track of the development of Xenotype, you know, when we're seeing all the large boxes being accepted, and I kept referencing other storage collections from the past. Well, one of them, of course, was the Scientific. Scientific storages. There we go. Yep. Come on. There we are. Perfect. Thank you very much. Right. So, yes, this also suffered with the recent boxes DLC. Face Punch thought was a good idea. Well, it might be good for them, not for us. But, all right. So you're telling me that we're now dabbling into like a fridge collection, like Neon Deplorables did. So, of course, this was Neon Storages initially. But then we start seeing like lockers and garage doors and, of course, fridges. So, all right then. Not sure how many fridges we're going to manage to potentially get out of this. But I will point out, sticking with the scientific themes, they've got like all the details here for like the different meats from the pig and whatnot. That's cool. So I guess we might have some recipes and whatnot if there to be like a scientific pie fridge. Not sure what we might see like with seeds. I guess it could show off like the diagram of the development of a plant and whatnot, I guess, and whatnot. Because scientific designs kind of have all like the schematics and whatnot. They were pretty cool with all the scientific large boxes. So anyway, I'm rambling. That's a perfectly fine looking addition. I just don't think it's going to have that much of an impact on the storage collection itself. So independently, in its own little bubble, with a batch of fridges being accepted after this, yeah, that might work out quite all right. Do you really need to have more than just meat, seeds, and veggies? I know you could sit there and say pies, but is pies really that necessary? We'll see how it goes. Anyway, best luck to Vitalik. Let's see if that works out. It's fine for what it is. It's not a ridiculous amount of glow, and I did show it off in my preview video, which people did happen to approve of. So, all right, cool. Well, best luck to them. Let's see if that works out. I just don't think it's going to have a massive impact on the pre-existing skins. So I saw this, and I was like, oh, Okay, then. I'll remind myself of the past with the rug that we saw back in the past. Oh, it's not there anymore. I think he just resubmitted it. There's nothing wrong with that. But way back, like a year ago, Apotheosis of War was attempted. It didn't work out initially. But there was the garage door and the rug. About half a year later, oh look, the Armour double door gets accepted, and then the bed, and then all these other skins. So, that's sweet. But yeah, Skin Creators just resubmitted his rug. Again, loads of Skin Creators do it. It's fine. But would you consider that art? Would you consider that a very nice welcome mat for your base? At the front door. Hey, it's cool. It's nice. It glows in the dark. And Apotheosis of War. Let me show this off, because have you noticed prices are starting to improve right now? My inventory value's gone up nicely. Ooh, but look at that. It's not doing too bad. It's not doing too great, but it's also not doing too bad. I am noticing improvements. I am noticing the skins are holding on quite nicely. We are still seeing skins being accepted. So I'm kind of sitting here and thinking, you know what? I know other collections had skins at the same time as Apotheosis, like Popstar, for example, and that got a lot more love. Not to sound mean, but it did get a lot more love, as you can see, like right here. There's lots of sales. Anyway, so, like, it didn't sell too ridiculously, but it's still getting more and more skins accepted. It's just kind of stealthily improving, and it's only growing more. So, keep an eye on that. I think that's probably a very good chance, very good shout. And we have had things like Shadowborn Rug from the past, which look quite similar. I won't be surprised if we see that potentially being accepted. So, well, best luck to Icona. Let's see if that works out. What other deplorables would you like to see him make next? Feel free to comment below. Tomb of the Octopus. Right, so this is going to be a funny one. It's going to be very straightforward. Tomb of the Octopus. So in the past, we had a garage door and a sheep in the door, didn't we? Yes. And what happened next? Well, we happened to see a very nice looking wooden double door. Why can't I find... There it is. So what basically happened was, started off with two notable skins. They went down in price pretty quickly. And then we had the wooden double door be the focused item of the month. We see this being accepted. And for quite some time, it actually suffers. Because, lo and behold, we see about 7 skins accepted in such a short amount of time. But after a while, with a lack of wooden double doors being accepted as of recent, this has been rising up in price regardless. That's actually been doing good. You know what? Regardless, that might be a pretty interesting thing to jump onto. But with the possibility of another deplorable being accepted, yes, this is in a very, very, very good spot. That electric furnace, it does look cool. I'm sure a lot of people appreciate it. I think Himmick's done a perfectly fine job with that. So, cool. The wooden double door is the one skin I'd say, yeah, that looks pretty interesting. But why not the other 2 skins, Hedge? Because when this was accepted, both of these spiked in price for a while, and then they just went back down in price again. Back to where they were. I won't be surprised the exact same thing happens with these 2 skins again. I'm sorry, but yeah. There's been many attempts for like sequels and whatnot for this collection. It's not been very successful. So I don't really think we'd see like anything other than the electric furnace if it were to happen. So, right. Sorry. Got a ticklish throat there. So with what I see there, I welcome it. It looks cool. It looks nice. But, well, is it going to have that much of an impact on the pre-existing skins? Gotta wait and see. Best luck to Himmick. Let's move on to the next skin. Welded Quarantine. Right, I'm going to make this nice and quick. Welded Quarantine. Here we are. So, quite some time back, we saw this garage door being accepted, and it sold for $2.49, and it did about 10,000 subscribers, and it's down bad. It's down bad. It's a fine-looking garage door. It's just we've seen a lot of garage doors, and you really have to have like a very interesting design for the skin to work out nicely to really hold its value. That wasn't really super flashy or super in your face, so it suffered. If we were to see the sheep in the door being accepted, well, to be honest with you, did you just see what we saw, the Octopus collection just a second ago? It could turn into a collection, perhaps, but the sheep in the door and the garage door are very likely to just suffer. Yeah, that might spike in price initially. It's not going to have that demand forever, though. It's just going to go back down. Yeah, awkward. I don't want to sound mean. I've seen it happen many, many times in the past. So we'll see what happens. Best of luck to Depskin Fanaquela. But I know. What else could they do? Honestly, I'd be down for a sheep metal double door. That'd be fine. That'd be cool. But it's up to them. So, alright, we'll see what happens. Best of luck. Lord Garage Door. Produced by Sad Happy. let's quickly remind you in the past that we had the 8-board sheep door, and now we've got the garage door. But this sold for $2.49. That's it's only 75 cents now. Ooh. I don't think it's going to really change that much. When it comes to like sheep doors and garage doors, yeah, we might see some sequels and whatnot, but they'll bounce up a bit and they'll go back down. So I just don't really trust it. Sorry to say, that's really not in demand. Highest bidder 64 cents, lowest listing 76 cents. It's not looking good. I worry for that. So I'm not really going to want to jump onto this, but we'll see. So it's a perfectly fine addition. It's a perfectly fine extra attempt. I just don't feel like that's going to work out a-okay. So, right. Well, best luck to Sad Happy. Maybe try something else. Night Demon Garage Door. Well, I mean, the collection did succeed quite nicely with all the clothing and the armour and whatnot. And I did show this off in my preview video for the week. As you'll notice, it glows ever so nicely there. I don't think this is going to really make that much of a difference with the pre-existing skins. Because, of course, you got all the clothing and armour there. It's all just clothing and armour. But if that were to be accepted, and then we started to get like a bunch of deployables, all right, then it's its own thing, sort of. So, okay, that might be cool. But that'll be another garage door this year. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. It's perfectly fine for what it is. But if I could also just point out and sit here and say, considering Little Ranger works on many projects with, different collaborators and whatnot, we're not going to get a UFO skin for a while, are we? No. Or should I say UAP? But, I mean, fingers and many pies and lots of success. So, I mean, I can't fault them. So it's not just him, that's also Batera, as you'll see there. But yeah, looks fine, looks good. I have no complaints, really. I'd just like to see more deployables being accepted after it as well, if it were to be accepted. So, okay, cool. Well, keep an eye out. I'm sure we'll see some more in the future. Babylon Garage Door. I've actually gone ahead and done a special or short video showcasing this with the sheep door. There you go. Yeah. I did a comparison with Ultramarine Garage Door and Ultramarine Sheep Door. Initially, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, it just kind of reminds me of Ultramarine. But when you look at both of the designs at night time, Ultramarine has so much more glow and so much more prominence. When you see it with your own eyes, you understand. So that right there is still a perfectly fine looking skin. Like, it is a sequel to the Sheep door that's currently in the Rust door as well. I should clarify that. That's a discussion for tomorrow. Because by default, sheep doors are a bit in terms of being nice investments, aren't they? If you know, you know. I'm not 100% sure it's going to be all right. But if we do get the same success that we saw of like Ultramarine, okay, things could be different then. So we'll leave it be for now. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure everything's going to be a-okay. But consider watching the short video to get a much better look at it. And feel free to comment below. Tell me your opinions based on what you see here. Best luck to Falk. Consider trying to do things like lockers and whatnot. I'm sure people appreciate that. So, right, cool. Right, I've made a bit of a mistake. This is actually submitted last week. I must have added it again for some reason. I'm not sure why. But yeah, regardless, hey, best luck to Mr. Kazaru. Yeah, sorry. Ramen armored door. Look, okay, listen. All right, this is a safe space. Okay, I need to hear your honest opinion. Do you happen to like very silly looking kitties? Right? It's a safe space. You could be honest, right? You could comment below. Do you happen to like very silly looking kitties? Because those are some very, very silly looking neon kitties. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if that would be appreciated and adored ever so nicely. So yes, we have the Ramen armored door, sequel to various ramen skins from the past. Although it's not super easy to see all of them. That was spelt, or rather typed terribly there, Hedge. So I'll just look for Mr. Phase through here. Yep. I can confirm, in the past we've had the garage door, the sheep door, and the wood, large wood box. It honestly looked like we're about to have a very cool looking collection develop. And then it didn't happen. So, I actually bought 50 of these, expecting everything to work out a-okay. Didn't happen, unfortunately. But I can remind everybody, right? With the sheep door as a perfect example, and by the way, this is probably the better thing to chase after compared to the garage door, maybe large box, but when the large box was accepted, that shot up very nicely. Now, I hope to see that happen all over again and actually manage to maintain its price for a bit longer time, but that's what we're hoping for. And if we were to see either the armored door or, last week's metal shop front, I'd be surprised if this shoots back up again. And do take notice, it's slowly starting to pick itself up. People are appreciating these doors. Well, large box as well, I guess you could say. Large box did sell quite a lot more compared to the other skins, and the fact that we didn't get an instant collection continuation kind of put it in a bit of a bad spot. But it's not that bad. Still looking pretty good. So we'll see what happens. I would like to see the sequels. I'm just not 100% sure it's like a for sure type of thing. So shrug. We'll see what happens. Best luck to FaZe. Let's see if any of these recent skins get accepted. Harper Seal. Right, so speaking of silly, look at all these fat rolls. Look at them. Look at them. He's so chunky. That has actually worked out quite alright, this set. So much so that I'm not really sure if I want to jump in and make an investment. Although the sheet metal door probably would be a perfectly fine thing. It's slightly down in price. Yeah, you could probably grab a few of them. Hope the armor door gets accepted. Hope that the spikes in price ever so nice. But, you know, I made that special short video when this was in the Rust store. Like, we knew that sold like hardly anything. And I thought, you know, with the success it's had so far, surely we'll see more Harper Seal skins being accepted. That'll probably spike price in the future ever so nicely. Well, it hasn't happened yet, but it still worked out very nicely. Wow. Did you buy a sneaky 30? A sneaky 20? Feel free to comment below. Because, wow. Alright, so yes, it's proven to be very successful, but perhaps a little bit too successful, because the skins are too high of a price. But I am looking forward to potentially other things. Like, I know we had the large backpack submitted quite some time back. Wasn't accepted, unfortunately. But I would like to see the skin creators do like a baby seal. A seal cup. That's a small backpack. That'd be nice. So, best luck to skin creators. Look at their face. Look at their face. Right, anyway, best luck. Hologram armor door. This is a little bit awkward. Can I just point out there's actually some separate versions here? Although version 1 and version 3, I don't notice that much of a difference. But I can confirm, right? Version 3 is opaque. Look at the hatch. You can't see through that. I'm led to believe. I guess it's the picture that gives off the illusion of that. Or was it version 2? Here we go. One of them was like pretty obvious that it wasn't see-through. I think it's the version 2. Anyway, what I'm trying to get across is, well, that also had, I don't know anymore. We have an interesting looking sequel to the barbecue and the hologram furnace and whatnot, and it looks nice. And I really do happen to like the orange with the blue. It stands out very nicely. Very cool. Looks awesome. And I should point out, more skins are scheduled on the horizon. But what I see here, is it transparent? Hey, what we care more about is what could happen to the pre-existing skins. So, hologram. Let's go take a look at you. Right, hologram. That barely even moved when this appeared. But I think this is probably the better thing to look at. Not too many listings. Not too much different from its Rust store price. That probably has a very nice future ahead of it. Whereas you're probably going to stay the same. Probably. So, yeah, I am looking forward to a much bigger hologram collection if it were to happen. And I do like the colour scheme choice there. That was pretty sweet. So, best luck to the skin creators. Let's see if it works out for you. And, yeah, feel free to comment below. Out of all the armor doors we saw so far, which one was your favourite? Now, I'm just going to sit here and say, skin creator, I can't pronounce your name. I'm very sorry. I have noticed you have commented in one of my videos now, so you might be doing it in this one as well. Do you know you can submit alternate versions in the same week? Because I am noticing that you've been submitting, like, different versions one week after the other. If it'll be a little bit more efficient with your time, you can just submit both in the same week. You're not going to get in trouble. Because, again, like last week, do you notice the difference how he's made like a slightly different pattern? Yeah. That could have been the same week. You could have just posted it during the same week. Version 1, version 2, it's fine. So I'm not sure if they're doing this on purpose or, you know, did they cook on this previous version for longer? I don't know. But if you had that ready, you can submit both in the same week. This week you could have made like a locker or a chair or a table or something. But if that's the way you want to go about it, if that's how you want to approach things, that's fine, okay? I'm just sitting here thinking you could be a little bit more efficient. So, sorry, I just wanted to make sure that I got my words across. Yes, if that's to be accepted, that's going to probably be in a very, very, very interesting position because that is not selling that much. With the Gothic Veil armor door being accepted, I did notice both of these two doors spike demand, spike in price very, very nicely. Sheepman door has kind of gone back down in price though. This is still doing good. But that has sold next to nothing. And if you were to see the armor double door, that's going to make that armor door right there, that single armor door, look a whole lot more interesting. So that's a discussion for tomorrow when we do the abnormal barders. But yeah, just wanted to point that out. So, alright, well, best luck to Skin Creator and to all the other skin creators with their deplorables. Let's now move on to weapons and tools. What do we have right here? Well, from Mr. Shino, we have the version 2 for the Eye of Sahara crossbow. That's looking pretty cool. Right, so if I could just look at hunting bows, let me just kind of remind all of you, we have suddenly seen a lot of hunting bows with transparency. So we had the Twitch drops, we had HellCore, we had Eye of Sahara, and then we have Redemption, and then of course that one, and even Stinger. Uh-oh. So are you surprised to see that this has gone down by about half its price? Oh. I don't think a crossbow is going to be able to salvage that, especially with other options available, transparency and whatnot. It's nice to see, and I would welcome the idea of like some Eye of Sahara weapons and guns and whatnot. That'd be cool. It's just I don't see that really working out as a big boost for the hunting bow and whatnot. So, alright, we'll see how it goes. Best luck to you, Mr. Shino. Let's see if that works out, though. Comic Sap. Right, so timing might be a little bit awkward considering the optimized Sap being accepted recently, but when you see the comics collection, you'll be sitting there and saying, wow, okay, yeah, that's in demand. Wow, that's in demand. Okay, so Legacy has built up a very interesting collection. Of course, people clearly really happen to like it, but he hasn't had acceptance in a very long time. Last two skins to be accepted were the boots and the gloves back in early 2023. He certainly has tried to get more skins accepted, but he hasn't been successful. I think the reality is that Face Punch does want to accept more of this. Sorry to say Legacy, but it's kind of obvious. You might have to move on to something else. Now, if this were to be accepted, you know what? Don't worry about that. I wouldn't be surprised if people really happen to want to buy it. I just don't think it's going to have that much of an impact on the pre-existing skins because they're already doing very, very good. Very, very good. So, no transparency, just a perfectly fine comic-style white sap. I think people would still appreciate it greatly, though. So, best luck to you, Mr. Legacy. Let's see if that works out right. Ruin Thompson. Right, so this is a version 2. I actually made a short video of the original version way back in the past. Does this still have transparency? Yes, some bolts in stock. Right, so what does that mean then? Can we get a good aim down a sight image? Apparently no. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Right, so I'm not sure what's different. It looks as if it's still like a standard Thompson. Hey, it's green. It's part of the Ruin collection. I think people still appreciate it. Ruin collection, yes. So you might recall we've had the AK in the past, the custom SMG transparency. SEP could have been better. SAR has been better, but then it wasn't. When the Jungle update came out, that shot up in price. Not anymore. I'd welcome a Thompson, but I guess we just got to wait and see. I don't think it'll have an impact on any of the skins here, but I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see that being accepted. I could see Face Punch appreciating it. I could see a lot of people in general appreciating it. You know what? How Thompson's doing in general. Let's just take a quick look. Quick look at Thompson's. Right, so overall, not too bad. Yeah. Prices are starting to improve as of now. It does seem as if Thompson's are starting to rise up. Rise up, Thompson's, rise up. I want to make some sweet, delicious profit. Wow, you're $16. I've got like 35 of these. Right, well, I'm looking forward to that. So, all right, cool. Let's see if that works out nicely. But hold on a second. Hold on a second. What's this? We've also got the Young Dragon Thompson. Now, this also happens to have transparency to the side panels. You can't see it very well there, but from the side you can see it. It's stylish. Ooh. So, yep, this is a sequel to the somewhat recent LR300 that didn't sell too ridiculously. Yeah, it's an LR300. Nothing can save you. But independently, I do believe that Thompson right there probably would sell quite nicely. Yeah. Very interesting, colourful design. Yep, get a good look at the aim sight and whatnot. I'm not sure if it would be like 100% A-OK, but like it's not going to have a massive impact on the LR300. No, that's not going to happen. Independently though, I mean, you know, sit there and tell me, do you prefer a nice screen design such as this, or a very intricate, dragon designs such as this. Obviously, people are going to have different opinions and different taste. So, regardless, nice to see another skin from Hardy. Keep up the good work. What weapon skin would you like to see him make next? Comment below. Optimized M39. Funny that, we're just talking about the Optimized collection. So, aim down the sight. Yep, I immediately noticed transparency. Yep, people would greatly appreciate that. Say no more. Right then, so let's go ahead and look up the Optimized collection. I mean, just go back to the previous week and look at the revolver. Yep, the revolver is instantly doing A-OK. Sapper's doing A-OK. AK seems to have slipped back a bit, which is unfortunate, but it's not really like crashing and burning. I reckon as we go through the next several weeks, it'll be doing pretty good. But if we were to see another transparent aim sight weapon skin being accepted, yes, of course I expect this to improve. Python could be better, but we've got far too many transparent aim sight Pythons. It's a completely isolated, different sort of problem. So, honestly, overall, the more the merrier. That's the answer. So, if we see more, I'm good. I'm happy. So, we'll just see how it goes. Who here bought revolvers? Stand up. Comment below. Who bought revolvers? I bought 100. Right. So, yeah, that's looking pretty sweet. Best luck to UE. Let's see if that works out nicely. And what other weapon skin would you like to see him make next? Feel free to comment below. But now, Señor Tomato. So, yeah, Señor Tomato. Just kind of doing pretty good. Is that all you had to say? I mean, what else is there to say? Señor Tomato is just, he just turns up, he does all right, and then he just goes home. You know, it's all good. So, yeah, the skins are just good. They just do all right. Not too many listings on the Steam market. A decent amount of sales. It just gets them by perfectly fine. I bought a bunch of these Thompsons because I was just like, you know what, sold hardly anything. It's just a very nice red-looking Thompson. I really wouldn't be surprised if it just works out all right as well. Now, behold, yeah, it just worked out all right as well. So if we're to see the bolt-action rifle, you know what? Sure. Let's see if that works out nicely. Yes, it was the focused item of the month. Let me just get the thing here. It was the focused item of the month last month. And really, you don't want to... I don't know what's going on. All right, thank you. Honestly, I think it'll just plod along and survive A-OK. I know we had like transparent sights here and whatnot. I still think it'll just do all right. Like, it probably just wouldn't sell that much and then work out all right because of that. So, all right, well, Mr. Sepesh, keep up the good work, and let's just see what happens next. Best luck, best luck, best luck. Redemption Rocket Launcher. Right, so I'm getting the timings wrong with Mr. Solenosta because he did submit another skin technically this week. I'm led to believe this was supposed to be for last week, but by the time I've already set up the video and whatnot, then this appeared afterwards. Anyway, yes, it's a Redemption Rocket Launcher. Yes, I do believe a lot of people would greatly appreciate that. Rocket launchers, first of all, because let me just get the point across. Yeah, we've only had one this year. There was a Twitch drop. Last year we got an interesting selection, but none of them are Redemption, because as I switch over to here, I can confirm Redemption weapon skins, oh, they are on the up. They are doing good. Now, the recent ones, I mean, okay, they could be better. Considering what happened with the recent kick drop, fair enough. The state of pump shotgun skins, and yet that's still doing good. And the state of double barrel shotgun skins, and yet that's doing good. That is an in-demand collection that people are appreciating. So, okay. If we were to see a rocket launcher, what's my answer? I think by itself, technically speaking, that would just be all right. It wouldn't need another skin to come out to give it a boost. It would just do good. Lack of skins being accepted. It's part of a very in-demand collection. Do I really need to say any more? It looks as if it's got some transparency here as well. Okay, there you go. So, yeah, looks good. Looks nice. I'm sure people would appreciate. But for comment below, are you a fan of what you see? And then we have Dominus Mortis. So, something completely different. I've already made a short video of the Redemption Rocket Launcher because I did not expect to see any competition, but then this appears. Okay, I mean, I'm not against it. I'm totally behind it. I like it. But this has no transparency. No. Does it need it? No, it doesn't. But it still makes the Redemption one more pay to win. So, of course, we had the Dominus Mortis LR300 being accepted very recently. And, wow, I'm starting to notice this improving. Huh. That has a transparent aim sight. That has a pay-to-win skin. Now, I'm not really sure if it's going to be A-OK. It is selling quite nicely now. It is going to be a discussion for tomorrow. But LR300s in general, oh dear. Like I did bring up that if you want to get a very good sort of transparent aim sight, for only $1, you could just jump onto the Apocalypse Nomad. If you wanted to get something that's going to be a whole lot more reliable, just go grab yourself the Heatseeker LR300. So that's the discussion for tomorrow, right? Still in a pretty good spot, especially with the potential of an instant collection continuation. But we'll see, right? We'll see. So, I'm not really sure if this is going to cause all the other skins to really spike a price. But I have to, point that out. I am surprised to see that both of these skins have jumped up now. Could just be buyouts, but hey, doesn't really matter, does it? So, let's see if it holds. That's the good question to ask. Let's see if it holds. Right then, so that's all of the weapons and the tools. Let's now move on to clothing and armour. Arctic Protection Small Backpack. Well, we never got the large backpack, did we? I'd like it to be accepted. I'm just highly doubting it. Right, anyway, Arctic Protection. That is predominantly a primitive set. And it's very expensive. You know what? If we saw that, you know what? I think they actually might consider it. Like, does a backpack really give you that much camouflage? Like, okay. A default large backpack is green. It already gives you camouflage. And yet, funnily enough, look at the green backpack skins we've seen being accepted after it. Oh, wow, they shot up in price, didn't they? I wouldn't say no. I certainly would appreciate it. That cool on Face Punch, just give us that one. And then all of that will spike in price even higher. So we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. Yes, I think that would have a great, lovely, awesome, amazing impact. I just kind of doubt it as well. We might have to wait until like a H-June small backpack appears. That's all nice and white. And then we get a decent white backpack. Much like with the large backpack. So, right, we'll see how it goes. But yes, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if that had a massive impact on those primitive Arctic Protection skins. Now over to here, well, we also have a Cargo Heli small backpack. And yes, it's got transparency. Of course it does. So, okay. You know what? That's going to be an interesting thing to learn and check out. Because if it's got transparency, if you were to look at it from quite a distance away, does it like unrender? De-render? Cool, what's the right term? Feel free to comment below if you know the term. But you know what I'm trying to say? Does it end up like becoming transparent, invisible from a certain distance? That's going to be interesting. But we'll take a look at Cargo Heli and you'll see it's probably not one of the most interesting sets. What makes you say that, Hedge? Ah, that's a lot of red, isn't it? Yep. I know, like last year we had the bandana and the poncho and the boots and the gloves, but wow, look at them now. Oh dear. Not very high sales. Initially looked pretty good. Not right now, though. So, I mean, hey, it's nice to see an attempt has been made. I just don't think the pre-existing skins for this Pokemon spike in price that much. Just based on what I see. So, sorry to say. But it's still a welcome addition. So, best luck to Mr. Vlek, and, well, we'll see if that works out all right. Best luck to you, good sir. HellCore, boots and gloves. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. So, I've already put out a short video showcasing this with the hoodie and pants. I can confirm to you. If we were to see these boots and gloves being accepted, yes, the hoodie and pants, the tier 3 armour, even the jacket, I expect all of that to spike them on, spike the price ever so nice. Now, I did say the same with the tier 2 version 2. Now, where is that tier 2 version 2? In fact, where's all the clothing and the armour skins, Face Punch? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? I don't know what's going on. They have perfectly fine options to select, and they have been avoiding a lot of very interesting clothing armour collections as of recent. The boots and the gloves would greatly be appreciated. Please, can we have them? Or Black Ops, or both. That'd be cool. Alright, that'd be cool. So, yes, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if either of them were to, well, both of them. If both of them were to be accepted, yes, the pre-existing core pieces would greatly appreciate it. It would be as good as tier 2 being accepted. Yes. So, alright, well, just going to wait and see. Then we have Naval Camo Tactical Gloves version 2. So, okay, yeah, I'm down for that. I like that. I like what I see. Why are you looking with the picture facing that way? Okay, anyway. So, that might have been a little bit of a blunder, but hey, it's funny. Alright, Naval Camo. So, tier 2 still struggling. The easy answer for that is the fact that it came out during the Easter dip. So tons of listings were made. And since we've gotten out of the Easter dip and time has passed, Those listings have never been removed. I don't know why. It is what it is. Large backpack has suffered a fair bit. AK is not exactly doing wonderful. But you know what? If we actually saw those tactical gloves being accepted, I'd be surprised if all of it bounces up. I certainly would hope to see this improve as time goes on. It might take quite some time. But yes, another potential clothing or armor piece to be accepted should help out all of this. But after that, what else could even be made and accepted? I'm having doubts. Well, you could do primitive skins, I guess. Or you could just lean in and do a whole bunch of weapons and tools. We'll see how it goes. But yes, I do believe the tactical gloves would help out the clothing and the armor. So we'll see what becomes of that. I'm sure a lot of people would greatly appreciate them. So, yep, version 2, say no more. Let's see if it works out. And then we have something pretty goofy. Something pretty silly. We have Cold Hunter hoodie and pants, which of course I've already showcased in a short video, which you can see right over to here. So, alright, cool, that's nice, it's cool. Good job, Hedge. It's cool. Right, Cold Hunter. Cold Hunter is predominantly a weapon-only collection, but of course we've recently got the Deployable, the Armored Door. So I guess the skin creator's probably thinking to himself, you know what, alright, if I manage to finally get something other than a weapon or tool skin to be accepted, maybe I should go back and try out for the clothing and the armor. Because again, he certainly did try in the past. But these right here, they are different compared to what we see here. Before, they used to be somewhat reflective and shiny. Now, no. You'll see this in the short video. They are not reflective and they are not shiny at night time. They are very dark, which is quite a surprise to see. But I think a lot of people would actually greatly appreciate that. So, okay. Not super obvious, not super flashy, not super reflective. I think people would greatly appreciate it. Now, will the weapons greatly appreciate it? Would the armored door greatly appreciate it? I don't know. Would that even budge? Would that even spike them on, spike in price? It had to be something I had to learn from, really. I wouldn't know. I don't know. So, okay. Keep an eye out, all right? That's going to be an interesting thing to learn from. And that, well, that just so happened to be the final clothing armor skin and, well, the final collection continuation skin. Now, I will sit here and say, if I happen to have missed any collection continuations, I sincerely apologise. I'm very sorry. But there was quite a lot of skins to get through this week. I'm actually surprised I managed to almost finish around 45 minutes. I hope I was reasonably paced and understandable, because I was trying to be fast. Sorry. Let's also go ahead and take a look at microfighter2.com just to see how all the skins rank in terms of overall score. Can confirm Arctic Protection Small Backpacks on top. That is a very, very, very good score. But again, camouflage skin. Will it be allowed? Will it actually get in? We'll see. Amethyst Geode Rock. Now that's a bit strange. How's that one of the most supported skins this week? I don't know. Anti-Rad Locker. I showed this off in my special preview video for the week. I'm going to get like a special mini locker collection being built up. Keep an eye on Mr. Soda's workshop. Let's see if that works out nicely. I can confirm Jet Engine Barbecue version 2. Okay, yes. I'll get your food nice and cooked. Yes, it would. Yep, that's pretty good. That's top 4. Blobfish is the 5th best performing skin this week so far. Yeah, I can see that. That's pretty goofy. Then if we could look at like Apotheosis of War Rug, yep, that's 6th. Babylon Garage Door, that's 7th. 2 of the Octopus Electric Furnaces, 8th. Cargo Heli Small Backpack is 9th. And Dominus Mortis Rocket Launcher, yes. That right there is the 10th top scoring skin so far. Microfighter2.com is linked in the description. If you were to look at it right now, chances are it'll be different. There'll be more upvotes, there'll be more downvotes. You get the idea. So, alright. Cool. So that's pretty much everything that needs to be said. We just about finished this in under 50 minutes. So once more, I would definitely recommend, please consider watching this video just to understand how everything's going to go on, how everything works, and of course, getting a good look at all the skins. There's lots of chapters there. If it says general drop or charity skin, that's the actual showcase part. But I reckon you probably want to learn about what could have been with a transparent Thompson. It was the original intended idea that Fancy Ob was considering. I gave him some very good suggestions. I gave him a good idea of where he could work it out, whatnot. But Face Punch said no. So what is Hedge on about? Consider watching the video. And so with that, Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Let's wrap this up before 50 minutes. I was fast enough, right? Have a good one. Catch you later. Say goodbye.